What's up, daddies? Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Dad Advice podcast. This episode, damn it. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at Bierstick. Bierstick, the newest sponsor of the Bad Dad Advice podcast. The Bierstick is the number one way to consume your adult beverages. No more beer bongs, no more shotguns, no more butt chugs. All we do is Bierstick. And our last few episodes for you video watchers, I have been using Trey to do this Bierstick. The Bierstick is not a team sport. It is very much like golf. It is an individual man's game, and you do not need a partner to Bierstick.
You're only competing against yourself.
I mean, how else do you get better other than playing against yourself? So you don't need a partner to Bierstick, because some people are saying, well, how do I push the Bierstick if I don't have a friend to help me? Well, I'll show you right now. All you need is a wall. Trey here on my left will be my wall.
He is currently chugging beer.
You are a very soft wall. Not much resistance on your end. Get a more sturdy wall when you want a Bierstick.
Yeah, there you go. So that's if you want to check out what he just did, check out our YouTube, and you can watch it in all its glory in 4K.
And also, if you want your own Bierstick, head over to bierstick.com. Use the promo code DADVICE for 20% off your entire order.
20%.
Yeah.
Big time.
20%.
Yeah, that is DADVICE, Dadvice. Yeah, so that was, I mean, I wouldn't say that you couldn't still butt chug. It's not intended for a butt
No
chug.
more butt chugs. I only Bierstick.
Only beer sticks.
There's like, it's crazy that I can drink 12 ounces of beer, almost 24 ounces of beer, almost as fast now as it takes me to do a 1.5 ounce shot.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Right? In my classroom, I really pride my students on quality over quantity. Right? I don't give a 50 question test. Right? I'm going to give you 5 questions, and I want you to really knock those 5 out of the park.
Because
easy,
you don't want to grade
fail,
them.
though.
But when we're drinking,
Yeah.
it's quantity over quality. Give me 100
Beer
natty
sticks.
lights in a beer stick instead of 10 IPAs. I don't need that shit.
Way more carbs. Way more carbs.
Yeah,
It's not keto.
sure.
Yeah, the only thing that's really restricting our drinking is the fact that we're low carb. It's not it's not the time anymore. It used to be, I don't have time to drink 12 beers. Now with the beer stick, you got plenty of time.
Nope.
Now it's just, do I really want to consume 25 grams of carbs?
It's true.
And for us,
No,
not right now.
That's true.
not right this
But
second.
for those dads, I mean, you need to, how many times can you take the garbage out and sneak a beer, right? Well, now with the beer stick and the amount of time that it takes you to take out the garbage, you can down a 6-pack. I mean,
It's good advice.
It's that easy. It's that easy.
And this is the kind of advice that we're here for, folks. We're not here.
That's a good point.
We're not here to just fuck around. We're here to give you the best dad advice, and that is when you go to take out the trash, do 3 beer sticks.
Are all of you guys in charge of your trash?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm in charge of the trash.
I don't think Janie's ever touched the trash. The only time I've seen her do the trash is she takes it out of the trash can because it's full in the kitchen, but takes the full trash bag and just puts it in the garage. She doesn't take it out to the bin.
Oh, wow.
So like when I open the garage, I'm like,
so-
oh, here's trash can.
So Em will take the trash to the trash can, but she doesn't remember what day is trash day.
Yeah.
So like I always put the trash can at the street.
Yeah.
It's the same day
I
every
take all
week,
the
isn't it?
trash.
Yeah,
I
every
take
week.
all the trash from the kitchen to the trash cans. I take all of the boxes to the recycle. I take the recycle out. I take the trash out. And the only reason I remember is because I have an Alexa reminder on the.
Yeah.
on
Tell
my-
me-
on my-
Tell me that this doesn't chap your ass. You ever had to take the trash out on trash day, like in the morning right before you have to go to work?
Yeah, it chaps my ass.
Dude, no. But this is the part. When you get home your wife does not put any new trash bags in the trash can and instead just lines the trash on the counter.
I always take the trash out of the kitchen, so I always put the bag in. So there's always a bag in.
Oh, so even if you're right about to go to work and you got to do it like right before you're leaving.
I work from here.
not every day.
Yeah, that's true.
On trash days, he does.
On trash days, I'm always
Fair.
Work from home
All right.
on trash day.
So I'm the only chapped ass in this room. Okay, perfect.
I mean, it does chap my ass when I have to put it out in the morning because
Shout out Gold Bond.
Because the thing that sucks on my street is that the trash comes like it hits my house at like 7:30. It doesn't hit the other side till like 10. So they have all the time in the world in the morning. I gotta like kind of like hustle, make sure I get it out there. If I miss, I'm like panicky in the morning. Like I gotta get it out.
Have you ever missed?
Oh, I missed. I actually
When you
missed.
miss, just go put it on the other side of the road. I do that in my neighborhood all the time. I miss it on the way by. I go, oh hey,
That's good advice.
Hey, Nick and Cindy across
like
the
that.
street. I'm just gonna drop my trash off at your house.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Smart.
Yeah.
So I missed it 2 weeks ago, and then so I'm like I had double the amount of trash for the next cycle, and I forgot to put it out the night before. So I was on a double cycle panic morning.
Rolling 2 cans.
I was rolling double cans. I was
Oh,
running
man.
out. I was sprinting. I was in my skivvies. I was like, I got to get those
Jeez.
things out there.
Let's talk this.
Skivvies.
Worst case scenario. I don't know about you guys. We get recycling once every 2 weeks.
That's what I get to.
Have
I
you
get it-
ever
I get it
missed?
every week.
Have you ever missed a recycling cycle? You want to talk about
I haven't-
nightmare?
I
The
get
only
it.
time-
Yeah, I get it every week.
the
So
only
like when I
time it-
miss it, then it becomes.
Oh, we
just
get
every
2 weeks, and there was one time that I missed a cycle on recycling. You want to talk about shit and britches? Try getting it out there for 4 weeks of recycling.
You've had 3 or
I
4.
don't-
You've had, hold on. How many,
Shit
you've
in
had
britches.
you've had 3
Is
or
anything
4. Hold on.
happening in your
Hold on.
shorts that
Hold
we need
on.
to know about?
You've had 3 or 4 statements this podcast. 3 of them have been butt related.
Yeah. So
Butt chug, chapping ass, and shit in britches.
yeah. So
Interesting.
my kid has been sleeping through the night recently, and this morning he had the world's largest shit that I think I've ever seen.
So it's permanently
know.
ingrained in your
Interesting.
brain.
I don't know about that.
By my kid, I mean me. I shit myself.
I ate too many chicharrones.
Also,
Cashews.
this is a reminder: don't eat too many cashews.
Oh, cashews. That's right. That was pistachios.
What was that, like 3 episodes ago? I don't even remember the episode.
No,
like
that was
6.
a long time ago.
Oh God. Okay. I think we ran out of everything to talk about, right? It's
So
fine.
we'll start it off before we get anything crazy. I think it's time. So for everybody that's been around for a while, we've had when we got the Bierstick sponsorship, we ran a giveaway, and it is time to announce the winner of the goodies. Yeah. So we have looked
this
through-
individual. Can we remind them what this individual will be winning?
Yeah. So we are giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. We are giving away a beer stick for your own to do all the beer stick and goodies when you're taking out the trash that you need to do. And I think we might also be sending a little Bad Dad Vice merch over there with you too. But anyways, we scoured all of the social media accounts and looked at all the engagements, everything, and we have come up with Charles Necrosi is going to be the winner of all of the goodies.
Let's go, Charles.
Yeah,
Come
Charles.
on,
Hey,
Chucky!
shout out Charles.
Shout out Chucky! Chucky!
Yeah.
Chucky!
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
All right. Anyways, so Charles, I was talking to him, and he is he's currently a student at Auburn.
War damn eagle.
War
Damn
damn.
Eagle!
Shout out Auburn.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout
Auburn.
out Cam Newton.
Funny story. Talking about Cam Newton. I went to high school with Cody Parkey, the field goal kicker for the
double
national
doink.
championship.
Double doink Parky.
Well, he was way better in college.
Yeah,
he was
that's true.
way better
That's
in
true.
college.
He was.
I'll tell you what.
And his first couple.
That's
years
pretty
in the pros was
impressive
pretty
to be able to
too.
double doink
He's
like
a dude,
that.
double dunk legend.
Yeah, double doink legend. Anyways, he told me that he wanted to shout out Fiji, which is the acronym for
The water?
for Phi Gamma Delta at Auburn.
Okay, Phi Gamma
This is
Delta.
going to
go.
a fraternity.
Oh,
Let's
dude.
go. This thing's gonna
Yeah.
get
I
hella
don't-
usage.
Let's
If I don't
go.
see the Bad Dad Vice podcast shouted out in Fiji and in Bora Bora and in all these other tropical ass
Punta Cana.
places, I'm gonna be. I mean, Punta Cana. We're going back to Punta Cana with the beer stick guys if they don't can us.
Better
by
sell
then.
some shit.
But
Um,
man, yeah, shout out Chuck, dude. Congratulations.
Let's
this
go,
is gonna
Chuck.
Go,
Chucky.
baby.
Forget
anyways,
about finals, Chuck.
That's not the only
Just beer
shout out.
stick.
He also wanted to shout out the men's track team at Auburn. I guess they got some shit. They may be pretty good. Maybe they got SEC championships.
I
coming up.
knew somebody that ran on the track team at Auburn. Like, I don't know. Is it 10 years ago? No, like maybe like 6-7 years ago. Yeah.
Just so
Chuck
you
on
know,
is Chuck on the track team?
I don't think so. Maybe these just
shout
got
out-
some school spirit.
Just shout out track team.
Yeah. So, by the way, there's a like I used to know. There's no collusion here. This guy earned it.
I don't know Chuck at
I
all.
don't know.
Chuck.
I have no
Chuck.
idea. No idea who he is.
Yeah, they're all fucking what
I don't know,
22.
But I'm
years
actually
old.
pretty
We don't know these
stoked
kids.
because that beer stick's gonna get hella usage.
Hella usage.
Hella
Yeah.
butt-
I actually
Oh my
think
God.
hella butt chugs.
I actually think the next time they throw a frat party, they should just play the podcast. Right?
That would
Oh,
make
yeah,
sense.
that's
Just play the podcast.
Wait, should we
Yeah.
like if you play the podcast at this perfect time while you're doing the beer stick? Everybody ready? Chug,
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 chug, chug, chug, chug, chug, chug, chug, chug, chug, chug.
Oh yeah, freshman.
Freshman.
Oh, good. That's
Also,
good stuff.
I didn't know if you were saying chug or chuck. Like
No,
that
I was saying chug.
all
No,
right.
we're saying chug.
I was saying chug, 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 chug,
chug.
All right, and then the last shout out that he wanted was for the Timberwolves, and he also said Anthony Edwards is that fucking guy.
He is that dude.
He is that dude, bro. He's sick.
Put your money
He
on
is
it.
that dude.
And as soon as I saw all those shout outs, I got fired up. Also, a missed opportunity. I would have definitely said like shout out Barry McCockiner or something like that. But
Yeah, he should have thought of
I
that.
did tell him that if they did say something like that, we would just wreck them mercilessly.
Barry McCockiner
but
went
we
to
still would have said
Alabama.
it. We still
Barry
would've
McCockiner went to Alabama. I would never say
Yeah,
that as
dude.
a fucking Auburn
no.
Tiger.
Is that where he
You're
went?
thinking
War
of
damn, dude.
You're thinking of Ophelia.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, congratulations, Chucky boy. We're gonna have that stuff sent out in the near future. It'll get there.
ASAP.
Let's go.
And I told him
ASAP,
when
bro.
the first time they use it, they better put some party pics on socials and tag us and Bierstick. And
I actually
we'll
just
repost
thought of
it.
this, but like I wonder if we could do like a collab with Bierstick to get like a custom Bad Dad
Like
Vice
a-
beer stick.
Ooh.
Oh,
That'd be
that would
sick.
so
I
you
would
want to talk about
that would be sick.
That'd be dope.
Here's my thing. Now I'm not on the R&D team at Bierstick, but I could be.
team.
How
Imagine
do we
like
get-
imagine like a bunch of frat bros in lab coats, like just like
Tank
yeah. What
tops.
if
How
we
do
put
we
vodka
get-
in here, dude?
How do we get? Is there a way to create like a double mouthed beer stick that two people can beer stick at the same time?
That's interesting. Like what if like I just,
It's like a
like an-
splitter for a water
like you
hose.
have like multiple attachments. Like one could be like a cow's udder almost. Like it could have like
Like there could be
Multiple
like
little
there's like
points.
another.
See, but
there's
now
like
you're
another
getting-
Are you
attachment.
Octobong?
yeah,
right
now you're getting away from the beer stick. You're getting into Octobong. We don't
I know,
deal
but
with that shit
I
anymore.
mean, the only downside to beer stick is that two people can't do it at the same time.
Yeah,
unless you have multiple.
So here's
beer
my
sticks.
problem.
That's the only
If-
downside.
here's my
if,
problem.
If
Yeah,
8
that's
people
true.
had beer sticks and then you put one Octobong in the middle, who finishes first?
Here's
the
my
8
problem.
people with beer sticks.
Yeah. Also, here's my problem.
Fuck the Octobong.
Is-
no. If you tried to do an octobong of 8 people, I don't think you could fill that up 8 times faster than you could
No.
do one octobong.
I'm not saying pass it around.
No, 8 beer sticks.
Everybody's drinking
Right, we'd have
simultaneously.
to own 8 beer.
You know,
beer
what,
sticks.
but that would
That's
be
true.
that would be
20%
honestly
off.
That honestly is
Code
probably
Dad
cheaper
Vice.
because you can get 20% off at the beer stick store with code DADVICE.
That's true.
the problem, but I think with
Just
the
said that if
I
you would
think
have
the
not talked over
problem-
me.
The problem
I was
with the
just
the
doubling down.
problem with the Octobong is this, because the Octobong, it has the little like you have to like turn
Open
the
it.
little lever to open
Yeah,
it, right? And it's always one person who like you put 8 beers in there, one person drinks 3 of them because
Yeah.
Sally over here she's turning it the wrong fucking way,
Yeah, I agree.
and it's like righty tighty lefty loosey
and
Sally.
they never work.
But with
right.
beer,
they don't
if you
work
were-
right.
If you had a double mouthpiece beer stick, there's no way that one person's getting more because it's coming out even flow.
Here's the problem. There's this thing called physics where when you're forcing something with pressure down an alley, the person that is not good at it is going to get exploded outward.
No, but that's the beer stick. Listen, Timothy Gavlik, he sucks. That's the worst beer truck I've ever seen in my whole life.
That's true.
But he can drink some Dr.
He
McGillicuddy's.
loves the beer stick,
Yeah.
and he's great at it.
Makes everybody everybody can use it.
Also, Ryan McMahon. Shout out Ryan McMahon.
Shout out Ryan
He
Mac Daddy.
is not that great of a beer chugger either. Loves the beer stick.
I don't think he loves the beer stick. I think he's just content with the beer stick, right? Let's be real.
yeah, you're right. I don't think he loves it, but
But he's content with it.
But he's good at
And
it.
that's saying a lot.
Right. For Mac to just be
Be content.
content, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
good.
That's
Just
great.
to be content in general.
Yeah, it's just be
Yeah,
content.
that's great. I mean, I've never met somebody who's done the beer stick and didn't like it. The only person, and this is how I really know the beer stick is the best thing out there right now. The only person that doesn't like the beer stick
Janie.
is Janie. and I've been with Janie since 2015, and I have learned that if Janie doesn't like it, it's fucking awesome.
Oh, that's great. All right,
Beer
well, hey,
sticks.
shout out.
So
shout
if Janie
out,
does like something, then it's not that good.
It's so.
It's
hit or miss.
TBD.
It's hit or miss.
Shout out Chucky. He's getting his stuff.
Getting his stuff.
Love that.
Yeah. War Damn Eagle.
War Damn.
And then the last thing before updates, I don't know if you've noticed, I've got this box.
Yeah, what's in the
next to
box?
me.
Oh, trust
What's
me.
in the box?
Trust me. I've noticed.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
This, we have not gotten our stuff from Bierstick yet because we had to film this a couple days early because somebody's going on a cruise.
Yes, I know.
But he might be able to take this on a cruise because I got him a little gifty poo.
Oh, this is for me.
Oh, it's a Bad Dad
Little
Vice
Bad
gift
Dad
of the
Vice
day.
Gift of the
Ooh.
day.
Okay, hold on. Let's
See how
see
this
it.
goes?
Of the day.
So this goes.
The gift.
Oh,
And
jeez.
that
Oh,
is-
God. Loud. I'm sorry.
There we go. Okay. He is opening a brown box. He has
What?
his mouth is wide open.
It's a hat.
He's
that
saying
says-
wow.
Only dads.
Love that.
Wow.
That is a OnlyFans.
No, only dads.
As-
OD.
He's gonna.
Forget about OF.
Do you want to OD?
Forget about OF. Forget about OF. All I want to do is OD from here on out.
Oh, that's a good hat. That's a good cruising hat.
That's a good hat.
That's
OD.
a good cruising hat. Also, why didn't we call this podcast Only Dads?
Oh,
We should start.
God
should we start
damn it!
Because we're three fatties and a dummy.
Talk about
by the
missed
way,
opportunities.
Only Dads is so much easier to remember.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to
Wow.
say. It's so much better than everything.
We really should have called this podcast Only Dads.
God, I'm
Is
mad.
it too
now.
late to change it?
I'm angry now. I'm mad. It's not.
Is
called
it-
Only
it's
Dads.
way
Is
too
it
late.
too late to change it?
Yeah, I think it's a little too late.
God, I'm so.
How about-
mad.
Because now we have loyal
How
followers.
about every now and then we do an Only Dads episode and we like,
Do it naked?
we barefoot.
bare feet.
we all have to be barefoot on Only
There's
Dads.
it. Tootsies out.
Or we do it
tootsies.
topless once a month. We do a topless episode. We call it Only
Yeah.
Dads.
We'll do that. We'll save that for the Patreon.
Or maybe
No.
that can be our. Maybe if we start like a
maybe we
Dad
don't-
Advice after dark.
Well, we're the Blanky Boys, right?
Blanky
Maybe we
Boys.
actually don't have shorts on.
I don't have pants on right now.
Right. Maybe that's what it is.
Only
That's-
Dads.
That's
All right.
that's the only dad.
So we've been
a
going
great
at
hat.
this for a while. It's about time we got into some updates.
So, anybody got any updates?
Yeah, I've got an update.
Oh boy, do I have an update for you.
Somebody give me a mother flippin' update.
I think we should get started with Mr. Twinsies himself. We didn't really get around to you last episode for updates, so I think we want to give you an extra special.
You're right.
I totally forgot about that.
We did not, but
Completely
it's because
forgot.
the conversation was going in a direction, and I was like, I'm not going to disrupt it.
Literally, when it ended,
I'm a
he was
team
like,
guy.
he was like, "Wait, I haven't got my update." I was like, "I already hit the button. I'm sorry."
It's been an hour and 15 minutes, bro. You got to get your updates.
That's
in.
true. So yeah, let's give you the floor is yours.
Yeah. So both of my girls, so they have their bottom teeth, like those started coming in, and now some on the top are starting to come in. So we are right back into the teething / sleep regression phase. So one of the twins, Blake, is not sleeping very well the last probably 3 or 4 nights. Just kind of wakes up crying all the time. So if you guys have any good tips or tricks out there on how to get through the sleepless nights of teething, please put them in the comments. I'm looking for anything.
Isn't that our job to give the dad advice?
Yeah, but I don't have it because I'm currently in it.
Got it.
So it's
We've had a
like,
couple guys go through it,
Yeah.
so we might be able to
okay,
get into it.
if you guys have any advice
Whiskey.
on that, I'm all ears
Beer
because
sticks.
Beer
it
sticks.
was
Whiskey.
last
no, seriously,
last night. I don't
whiskey,
think she's
whiskey's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just drink as much as you can till you don't hear her crying.
So that's kind of where I was heading, and my wife kind of shut that down. Plus, low carb.
Whiskey is low carb.
Whiskey's
I know, but for me to not hear anything and not wake up, I'll have to drink a lot of
whiskey's
whiskey.
very low carb.
It's very low carb.
That's a keto tip.
There we go. I can get behind that.
Um,
little whiskey water action.
no, I
But
mean,
it's been to the point where like she's waking up. I think the longest stretch of sleep we had last night was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that was because she was like crying for 20 minutes of that, and we just kind of like said, hey, try and figure it out yourself.
I remember the teething phase, and this was, remember what I told you, right?
Yeah.
I said the 6 to 8 months it got harder
Yeah.
for us, and I don't think there really wasn't a tip or trick. Kind of like what we started doing maybe after a little while was like giving him some like cold milk, kind of like as like a, you know, he'd wake up, he'd be crying or whatever, fuss, he'd give him some, like a little drink, some cold milk, hang out with him for a little bit, put him down, and then he'd cry before he goes back to sleep, and then he'd eventually go back to sleep. But it was just, you just kind of had, it's just you kind of had to suffer through it.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes they'll soothe, but if it's really hurting them, like they're not gonna.
And that's kind of what everybody's telling us is like there's really not much you can do. You just kind of have to like suck it up, and you're going to be tired for probably like a week until they get out of that phase, and then like because everybody's told us like, oh, their sleeping patterns will go back to normal, but like right now you're kind of screwed.
I remember it being like month 6 to month 8 roughly.
Yeah.
Have you tried like Tylenol or Motrin or anything like that?
So we tried Motrin tonight actually. We tried Tylenol last night, didn't really do anything. Like I said, hour and a half I think was the longest stretch of sleep that she actually had. But yeah, we tried Motrin tonight because supposedly Motrin's good for like inflammation, whereas Tylenol is more of like a fever pain reliever kind of thing. Where like Motrin
right, Motrin
is that true?
Isn't it like one of them?
Yeah.
Tylenol is acetaminophen, right? And Motrin's
ibuprofen.
You guys are so smart.
Yeah, so it's supposed to help with like the inflammation.
Hold on, let's actually give a piece of advice on this. So what's the difference between acetaminophen and ibuprofen for the brand new dads out there? You want to give a little medical synopsis here?
Dr. Phil?
Well, the Motrin's going to be an anti-inflammatory, like you said, and it's going to really dial in the inflammation part of it with all the teeth coming in and all the gums being inflamed, where the other one, like you said, is more antipyretic, and it's going to really go for the fevers and things like that. So,
and that's also one of the reasons why when they're sick, you say to alternate the two. So you'll go Tylenol, Motrin, so you're spreading out the acetaminophen and the ibuprofen.
Yeah, it's so we tried Motrin tonight, so hopefully that gets her a nice little stretch of sleep, because Emily's watching her right now. So
Have you gotten any text messages from Emily?
I don't know. I haven't checked my phone.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't
If
see
you
it,
don't
it never
see it,
came,
you
right?
never got it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, is like that teething / not really sleep regression of.
Nice.
I mean, they're 7 months and 2 days, so
Prime time.
yeah. So it's like right in that sweet spot. Which, speaking of which, I didn't realize that, like, I thought all babies kind of like got their teeth at like the same, like in the same month kind of thing. Like, oh hey, like month 6 they're gonna start breaking teeth or whatever it is. Emily has 2 coworkers that their kids are 3 weeks older than our girls. They have no teeth yet.
Yeah.
I was like,
It
oh,
can
dang,
go- it
they
can
really
go,
are all different
It can go all the way up to, I think, 10 months.
before they actually start like breaking teeth.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like it's a very wide range. Now, that doesn't mean that it's normal. I
Yeah.
mean, it's usually going to happen between that 6 to 8 month mark, but there are some that it's very late. So
Kennedy had all all of her teeth came in. Kennedy has like a full mouth of teeth. Like she has like all of her teeth in.
And I remember
she's 16
Janie
months
saying
now, but I think like her first birthday had like uppers, lower, like had a full mouth of teeth.
that's why she was tearing up that smash cake.
Oh,
yeah, I
she's fucking up the
remember
cake.
Janie saying you guys didn't really go through like teething that bad either. Like
I think we went through it all at the same time. Like it was
Yeah.
like really bad for like 2 days because like you'd look in her mouth and there was like, holy shit, there's like 5 teeth coming in. And
Oh,
it was like
jeez.
they were coming in like bunches.
yeah, like one thing
which
that
I think like was better for us. It,
yeah,
like,
get it all done at once. Yeah, I mean that's like the whole 2-kid method, right? Like just get them all done, knock it all out.
Boom.
Yeah.
ain't that the truth?
No, one thing that we have found that works is like a lot of like the baby teethers and stuff like that. So what I've started doing is just like, putting them in a little bit of water and then throwing them in the freezer so that it's like a frozen teether when she's going to like mess with it. So it almost like numbs her gums a little bit. And like it calms her down, like the coolness like calms her down.
You haven't tried to freeze milk in a nipple, have you?
You did the
I did that a few
you
weeks
gotta
ago.
put,
It was water. I tried water.
you gotta put tape. You gotta
So
put tape
not
over the
not
hole.
only was it like, oh yeah, it has a hole in it, but it was also like a thinner liquid than milk.
Yeah, you gotta tape your nipples.
Tape your nipples when you're running a marathon.
Like we're running a
I have
marathon.
nipples. Can you milk
advice.
me, Greg?
Tape your nipples when you run a marathon. That's good advice. And I know from experience. I've run a
I have
marathon.
an update. My son has just I don't know where he learned it or how he learned it, but he's learned how to do the fish face. So when you go like, what face does a fish make? He'll go like this. He'll do the pull the cheeks in and then puff the lips out. Like that, right? And if when we started doing it back to him, he like lost his mind. He was like, you know how to do it too? You know the fish face? And he does it. We're doing it. So that's like that's like the newest trick that he's learned. Is how to do the fish face. He is like,
That's funny.
He's like starting to do like animal sounds, knows the animals. If there's a video that's playing with animals on it, he is like losing his mind looking at these animals. They must be like really hammering animal learning at school or something. Because he's got fish, he's got the fish face. He can do like the cow moo, the dog bark. Darwinism?
Yeah, isn't that like evolution? Evolution, I call it. And Moses, he didn't cross that Dead Sea on the wings of a pterodactyl.
Shout out Division III football's finest.
It was the Holy Land. It wasn't no Jurassic Park. This is bullshit.
If you haven't seen the movie Division
great
3,
movie.
it's the best movie.
Shout out
Most
Division.
quotable.
Shout out Division 3. That's a great movie.
And one of Andy Dick's finest. Right?
Oh god.
Yeah, for sure.
Classic.
Oh, you got abs.
We went yesterday to the pediatrician. Kennedy had her 16, 15,
You guys just drinking water? Like you guys both drinking?
15,
Just because I did? What are you doing here?
Can you let him give his update?
Jesus.
He's like swirling ice around in his cup. And you guys are drinking. What are you guys doing? Come on.
I can't take a sip of water.
Yeah, only because I did. All right, whatever. Copy me.
Yeah, you
Copycat.
dork.
Get over yourself.
Whatever, dude.
No, so we took Kennedy to the doctor yesterday. Everything was good. She was, I think it was like 97th percent in height, like 70 something in weight. I think her head was like 47, 42. She got tiny head, unlike y'all's babies. She got them big ass head babies.
Dude, yeah. Did I tell you when we went to the pediatrician, the doctor told us that for one of our kids, they said if there was 100th percentile, she would be in
It's
for
funny.
head size. It was like, I was like, oh my God, she's like got a massive noggin.
Did you call
Genius.
Yeah,
I should have.
it's funny because
they measured it, and the doctor had to measure it 3 times.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really
Shit,
funny
this can't
because
be
when Ivy was a baby, I was like, damn, that's a big ass head. Ivy's got. But then now I see Blake, I'm like, damn, that's a big ass
The
head.
fucking
That
noggin,
kid's
bro.
got a
Dome
big old
piece.
head.
Ivy's grown into his head just fine. I think he looks pretty proportional now. A lot of people
Ivy's
like,
just a big kid.
he's just big. A lot of people see him and they're like, "How old is he?" He's like, is this? He's like, what is he like 2? And we're like, no. And then they're like, oh, he's 3. And I'm like, we're like, no, he's a year and a half. And they're like, what?
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
this
a big
kid's
kid.
giant.
I looked at that picture, the picture of Ivy and Kennedy. Now boys are like just bigger than girls, anyways. But
Yeah.
the picture of Ivy and Kennedy,
and smarter too.
they're only 3 months apart. When we were at the zoo and them standing by the fence by the
Yeah.
little giraffe thing, Ivy is like way bigger than Kennedy. Like he's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big boy.
Big boy.
Oh yeah.
And
now he puts the football helmet on. I have like from,
It fits.
dude. It like almost fits him. Like he can like put it on and wear it, and
like
it like
he shakes
doesn't
his
fall
head
out.
and it doesn't like flop
Like
around.
it's like almost. I'm not gonna say it fits, but it's like kind of fits him. But now he like. That
With
is
the
a
first
foot-
overall pick, the Miami Dolphins.
That is a
select.
football sound, and he's going to get drafted first overall as a left guard, first overall ever. That's what I think.
Wow, good for him.
No, he. But like when he puts it on, he like is like ready to play football. He's like scream because he like screams when he sees any sport on TV. He screams baseball. So like scream baseball, and you're like, that's not the right sport, but like good try. Yeah, but he's ready. Yeah, he's ready.
That's so funny.
What you got, Jaime?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, you got-
No,
you got
I
more?
was trying to think if I had any other ones, but I don't.
All right, yeah,
Go
I got a couple. One, he's getting really good at like grasping his rattles and stuff like that. Like he won't pick it up himself, but if like you put it in his hand, he's got it
Strong
pretty
grip.
good. One thing we're worried about, me and Tiff are both left-handed. I'm pretty sure he's right-handed, which is going to be a pain in the ass to teach him anything. The other thing, we started instead of just doing tummy time, we started putting him on the, like the yoga ball that you use for like maternity. We saw a video, we started putting him on that, and supposedly really good for like coordination and core strength and stuff like that. Like we just kind of like hold him on top of it and just kind of like rock it like side to side and like up and down. So like as he's going, he's kind of having to like hold himself in place.
Him laying on his stomach or his back?
Yeah, on his stomach.
Okay.
And then apparently as they get older, when they're, I don't even know the age group, but when they obviously neck control, all that stuff, it's really good for taking them on top and then like really dipping it down and then having them like grab stuff off the floor to like really get used to like depth perception and grabbing things and then bringing it up with them and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've started doing that with like my kids. Like if they're like toys on the ground or something, I'll just like pick them up and like send them over just to like pick it up. So like the other day I dropped the TV remote. I took my kid down to pick it up. I was like, I'm not getting that.
Dude, be careful with that.
Smart.
My kid, dude, that's like the only toy she wants is the fucking remote to the TV.
That's a good little
Get fake TV
fake
remotes.
TV
Yeah.
remotes.
Yeah.
I bought one on Amazon this
Fake
morning.
TV
Yeah,
remotes.
get one. But mine, we bought the wrong one. We bought one that looks like a
Like a Roku.
like a Roku remote, and she's like, "No, that ain't the real TV remote. You fucking idiot!" Like I'm smart. Dude, kids are smart, bro.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yeah, I
kids are
figured it
smart.
out.
Another thing, I got two more. One, the kid has really started to realize that we have a dog.
Mm.
So like when he's sitting in the bouncer and like Rocket will just like walk across the front, he's just like staring the entire way. He's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Mm-hmm.
There's a beast in the house.
Yeah, it doesn't go away at 7 months either. My kids are like thrilled every time
Yeah.
the dog comes near them, and now they're
It's pretty
like
wild.
at the point where they like reach forward to like pet her.
Yeah.
And I have a pit bull, so like I'm kind of a pit bull lab mix, but like I'm like worried that they're gonna like reach up and like grab her
Yeah.
tail or something. Because I was like,
Yeah.
if that dog turns and snaps anywhere near my kid, dog's gone.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like Pitch. I mean, she's a crazy dog. She was
Yeah.
she's been on the pod.
I will say,
She almost took
Kennedy?
Robo's finger off.
yeah, dude.
Kennedy loves my dog. I have a golden retriever. Kennedy loves that dog, and Charlie, my dog, he loves that baby. They are inseparable.
Well, yeah, they make out constantly.
They are best friends. They lick each other's mouths. They are side by side like always. It's really fun. They do have.
We've kind of stopped keeping the dog from jumping on Ivy, like when we first get home, because like Pitch jumps on everybody when they walk in. And so Ivy, like every time like Pitch jumps on it, Ivy like he like looks like he's gonna cry for a second. We're like, come on, dude, it's just a dog. And he's like, all right, fine. And then he like chases the dog. So.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. He does another thing now where he's starting to really get into his voice and everything. So he's more outward. So when he's upset, like I actually made him real cry for the first time the other day. I blew like a raspberry on his neck and he hated it.
You blew a raspberry. What do you mean?
Yeah, like the
You're like, like that.
yeah. Where like on his belly and
Hot
stuff, like
night.
he's fine, but like on his neck, he hated it. And he just put like big eyes and then just started crying. But he does that every once in a while. But he's doing this thing now where when he realizes he's just crying just to cry, he'll start doing this like
Yeah, like the little
bottom lip comes
pucker.
out, and it's the cutest thing that I've ever seen in my entire
when
life.
you did that, was Tiff in like another room and she said, "What did you do?" Did she do that?
No, she saw it.
Yeah,
She saw it happen, and she just started dying laughing.
Oh,
She
that's
thought it was
sweet.
so funny.
dude, that's like the natural motherly response, right? Like, what happened? Like Emily yells that at me all the time. Like if I'm like in the living room and one of the kids starts crying while I'm in there, she's like, "What happened? What did you
I
do?"
hear
I'm
that
like,
a lot, but this
I'm like,
time
"What?
she's
They're babies.
laughed.
They cry. What do you mean?
I usually say, I don't know. I thought you were watching her.
And then he cracks open a beer.
yeah, like you were watching her.
Last thing I got was I was dealing with we've got most of our bills in from the whole stint, but we are still dealing with one. And the one thing that I want to say, full throated, is fuck Blue Cross Blue Shield. You can suck the meanest bag of dicks.
Is full
In
throated
all of the
Full
way.
throated.
Full
What does
that
throated
mean?
a term?
I don't
Yeah.
think full throated is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Are you? What
Yeah.
is that? I've never heard that.
It just means like without any reservations.
Full throated.
Oh, that's where what's his face's kids work. The reservations.
I thought that was. I thought that was an only dad's thing.
Only dads. Full throated.
No, Yeah. So
Dude, that hat actually like matches your shirt perfectly too. So it was like
it looks so good.
By the way,
It was, like,
I just
perfect.
realized that all three of us are wearing Columbia, long sleeve Columbia shirts in the middle of summer in Florida. This is the uniform of a fat guy.
hashtag
you-
fat guy
dude,
things.
You know that.
It's
The uniform of a fat
It's
guy
moisture wicking.
is a long sleeve Columbia shirt.
It's moisture wicking UV protection.
Right,
dude.
because we are all moist.
Oh, I'll be sweating. I'll be sweating.
Sorry, I just.
I thought this
had
was going to
that
be
right.
my PE teacher look. It's not a good look. It's a great look for a PE teacher.
Probably
but
shouldn't wear that hat.
it
Oh,
just
no, you
says
should wear that
only
hat.
dads. I don't understand.
I think that hat would go great with the
That's a
average
naked
Joe's gym pants that he got the
Does it
other
have a
day.
naked lady on it?
no, I don't know.
No, it's a dude. It's a fat guy.
what is that in the?
Oh, is it a fat guy?
It's a naked fat guy.
That's funny.
good.
That's
That's
a great
awesome.
hat.
Yeah, it's a great hat.
Awesome.
This
Oh,
should have been the
that's
name of our podcast, man.
Dude, we.
Yeah, we
We
really
blew
blew
it.
it.
Welcome back to Only Dads.
Oh, it's so easy to say. It's like so crisp.
Yeah, but Bad Dad
man.
Vice is good.
But you know what's going to happen? Fucking Chuck from Auburn, he's going to start his own podcast. He's going to call it Only Dads.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it,
He's
Chuck.
not a dad. He's a child.
You don't know that. Chuck
What?
might
How
be
do you
a dad.
know?
Chuck could be a dad.
22
Dude,
years old.
He's a
Why is he-
Fiji at Auburn, bro. They get ass.
I think Chuck is listening to the podcast because he's a dad.
He did say that he thought we were hilarious, and it really fired me up. That like even
I think he just wanted the free beer stick.
Yeah.
he already got it at that point.
He just wanted to really lock it.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo,
Fair
Chuck,
enough, fair
if you want us to come to like a pledge party or something like that, if you want,
Yeah, Chuck, reach out to us.
dude, I'll
we'll
pledge
it
I'll
out.
pledge Fiji. I'll go through all the
Dude,
hazing, dude.
Let's do
I never got. That's the one thing I look
like,
back at
like
college.
old,
I
like
never.
old school. Are you Will Ferrell from old school?
Yeah. We're drinking the quad. Everybody's doing it.
None of those kids in that frat know that movie.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
Sure they
fucked up.
do.
No way.
I don't
they
know.
do.
If they. I
They
mean,
But-
might not.
they might, but it's like a throwback.
The
It's
one
like,
thing-
it's like Caddyshack for when we were in. College.
Remember that classic movie, Old School?
Yeah.
The one thing I never got to do in college from being an athlete was
Streaking in the club.
pledge a fraternity.
No.
And
Well,
so like
well, just
so,
hazing
like-
in general because we got rid of bad beer night a couple years before we started.
yeah, I never participated in a bad beer.
Bad beer
night.
night was fun.
I did not participate.
But I think I would have, if I wasn't an athlete, I think I would have joined a fraternity.
Yeah.
Seems kind of right up my alley.
I tried to start a fraternity.
You should have.
I tried. I went through all the steps. I went to the fraternity council. I contacted people. I knew people that were in a fraternity at UF, and I like had like the board of whatever, Phi Tau or whatever. Like I talked to like one of the representatives at their fraternity for like the national charter, and like I just couldn't get like UNF like wasn't ready to like allow it. They didn't want to allow it, and it would have required like way too many hoops to jump through. And I was already, I think, it was like the end of my second to last year. So the end of my fourth year, and I had one more year left for my fifth year, senior year for baseball. And so I was like, all right, well, if I'm not gonna be able to get it done, I'm just not gonna do it. But I was like, I took all the
That would
steps
have
to
been
do it.
sick.
And
That would've been
because at Columbia, I had a buddy that played baseball at Columbia, and they have a fraternity that's like all the baseball players are in the fraternity, and they have a fraternity house, and so it's like a baseball only fraternity base. There's other people in it, but it's basically a baseball fraternity. All the baseball players are in a fraternity.
Oh, that's
So I
pretty
thought
cool.
like, all right, that's what we'll do. We'll start one, and then all the baseball players can pledge to fraternity, plus whoever else if they want to, and then we'll do the best of both. I mean, we already threw the best parties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
give
That's
me, I
not
mean, like you
even
give
a
me
question.
you give me some fraternity backing. The parties I would throw. Oh come on,
The
dude.
Florida Georgia tailgates.
The amount of philanthropy
on,
we
dude.
could do.
Oh, that's what. Sorry, did I say party? Yeah, I meant philanthropy.
Yeah.
I meant the philandering. Sorry.
It'd be so much philanthropic. It'd be amazing.
Okay, so Chuck, if you want Abs to pledge your frat, just let us know.
I'll do it. I'll bring a beer stick.
So did we have any core that I had a little core that I wanted to get into. So my kid just recently started he's sleeping through the night regularly now.
Wow.
It'll change.
Well, yeah, obviously. But probably the last 4 or 5 nights he's slept completely through the night, but he is god awful at napping. Like Tiff, I'll come home every day and Tiff gets so fresh because like you're supposed to sleep I think it's like when you're in this phase it's like 3-4 hours during the day or something like that. He can go
There's no rules, dude.
well
Yeah.
regardless
Follow whatever you
he
want.
can't go longer than 20 minutes in a nap before he's just freaking out. So I didn't
Yeah.
know if anybody had any tips for napping or anything like that.
I mean, usually you're just gonna like the more of a routine you can stick to, the better. But I just some kids just like don't do it. Some kids just decide like I'm not using a binky, I'm not gonna nap, whatever. But I would say change where you're napping, change when you're napping, change your feeding schedules, and see if any of those things work. Because it's like if you can put them into a darker room, that might help. If you can get them, maybe they don't like to eat and then immediately go to sleep, or they do like to eat and then immediately go to sleep, you could try to work those two angles. But other than that, like if they don't want to sleep, they don't want to sleep. You know, and sometimes they want to be near you. They might sleep better in the living room. You might be better off just letting them sleep right next to you in the living room. You know, you're not supposed to let them sleep in the bouncer or whatever.
Or the DockATot thing.
But I'm not going to tell anybody if you do.
Yeah.
The problem is like when he does nap, like sleeping, like I said, no issue. But when he naps, like I said, he'll sleep in the crib, in the swaddle, all the shit for 20 minutes. He'll sleep another 30, 45 minutes, but he's got to be held. It's like in your arms, like in the rocking chair, like all that stuff. Like, so you're just stuck sitting there if you really want to nap.
Ivy
how old is he now?
never slept in our arms.
How old is he now?
He will be 3 months on the 25th, so right before this comes out.
I would have loved if Ivy slept with me. I could just sit and watch TV and let him sleep. I would have loved. Would not.
Yeah.
He's never been willing to settle while I'm holding him. Even to this day, like he doesn't sit still like on an airplane.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like he's good if you just sit him in like a car seat or if you sit him in like a stroller. But he does not want to be. He doesn't want to sit still when he's just like sitting with you. He does never ever has wanted to do that.
Yeah, I think Trey hit on it pretty well. Is like the routine thing. Like if your routine isn't working, like just try and switch one little thing to see if maybe that's the catalyst that sets it off to where he can take better naps. I mean, because like my girls, we've stuck to a pretty good like time frame routine. So like eventually they just got used to it. And it was like, oh, okay, this is the time I need to go to sleep. If you know, because then, like when they wake up and they're cranky, they don't want to be cranky, and you making them stay awake and do things like tummy time and play with toys and stuff like that. Like they don't want to be doing it if they're tired either. So it's like get them in a routine so that they start to learn, like, hey, this is the time. Okay, I'm in a dark room. It's time to go to sleep. Like, do you put them in like a swaddle for every nap kind of thing still?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Like,
So
also, like I said, is we've got a pretty regimented schedule, like through the day. We use that moms on call thing I talked about a couple weeks ago. But it's just, I think it's just like Trey said, he just doesn't.
Well,
like
you got to be
napping.
careful not to have like too much of a routine, right? Because it's like, if you're like, all right, every day at 3:00 we put him down for a nap. Well, he might not be tired right at 3. You might need to wait till 3:30.
Yeah.
And by forcing it at 3, he just gets a bad 30-minute nap instead of waiting 30 more minutes and getting a good hour nap.
yeah.
So, but do you use white noise? Or do you use you use white noise? Because I think for us it was white noise every time because it like got him in the right mindset. But I don't recall us really having a set schedule until like a year in, and really the schedule was just like we go to bed around this time. But like, I remember almost purposefully not trying to stick to a schedule because it's like, all right, well, what happens if he can't nap right at 3:00? What if we go to a baseball game? And then it's like now you've conditioned him to be extremely annoyed if he's not asleep by 3:30. Like, but you still want to do stuff. So I basically have kind of said like, well, let's let him, when he's naturally tired, he'll take a nap, and make sure that you're willing to accommodate that. And if you're out and he starts to look like he needs to take a nap, then get out of there. Get him in a stroller and have him sleep in the stroller. Get him in the car, have him sleep in the car. Kind of play that, because it's hard. It's impossible to live your life on a regimented schedule forever. And so just take that into account, because there's going to be insane, just like, there's no way I can get this kid to a nice place to sleep because I'm in the middle of Disney World. Let's just pray that he goes to sleep. And for us, we were at Disney. I mean, he slept. I mean, like, you put him in a stroller and you're walking around Disney, kid would sleep for an hour and a half in 90-degree heat with a fan on him, and it's like sweating through his T-shirt. But he'll sleep because he's tired. And it's like, he was fine.
Yeah, like when I say we were on like a schedule, it was like our routine is like, hey, we try to do nap time around this time. If they're not tired, they're not tired. Like sometimes they're just not going to sleep. So it's like, it is what it is. And like you find things to do until they hit that point where, like Trey said, like you see that they're starting to show signs that they want to nap. Okay, now let's leave whatever we're doing and go put them down for a nap.
And we do that pretty well. It's just, like I said, even when he shows those signs and stuff, and our real like regimented schedule is bedtime.
Do you let him cry, or do you like not let him cry?
That's what I was going to ask too.
'Cause they got to cry.
Yeah, we give them 5-10 minutes or so.
Oh, I've left Kennedy crying for 30 minutes
Yeah,
before.
but we
I get when they're dude. Trust me, it's
inside
fucking
of
hard.
3 months it's hard. Like in like a month or two, we'll be like, yeah, like when like the self-soothe phase is fully enacted, then we're gonna be like, yeah.
I
like,
think
just,
you
yeah.
learn.
It's hard.
You learn what a real cry is.
Yeah.
And then you have to, because there's a difference between get me out of here right now. I'm not gonna stop. This is it. And like I just don't really want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
for Ivy, like going to bed, like he's way better now. But like 2 months ago, month and a half ago, it'd be like I don't want to, kind of like whining more than crying.
Yeah.
And even when he's really young, it's the same kind of thing. A whine versus a cry, you gotta like find that pitch, and you go like, oh, that. And maybe you just haven't heard him like real big cry or whatever, like where he like really needs attention. But like when you hear that, you'll be like, oh, that's a big difference. There's a difference between those two cries. And like if he's just whining for 30 minutes, let him whine for 30 minutes. And then don't like
let him figure out how to soothe himself.
Yeah, so sometimes that's needed. Nobody wants to do it that way, but like I think you'll figure it out when you go on paternity because it'll
Dude,
just be
by
you.
the
that's
time
that's coming up.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, I will be on paternity leave.
and it's good because Tiff won't have to like if like Tiff doesn't want to do it because it's like it just feels wrong maternally, then you just like I'll take care of it.
And it'll be a lot easier for me because like when I put him down for bedtime, I'll probably go out back and rip like 3 beer sticks and then come back in.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
Make sure you give him his baby beer stick first.
Yeah, but then he's only been crying for like 45 seconds.
Baby beer stick.
Exactly.
Right.
If you get the Motrin container, that's a baby beer stick, right? The
Nice.
Motrin and
Exactly.
Tylenol, yeah, baby beer sticks.
Exactly.
The other thing, and this is a tease. I don't really have an update or anything, but we are going to start the potty training adventure here pretty soon. We
Ooh.
got a little potty, little off the not the one on the toilet with the steps up, but like sit on the ground, miniature toilet. He's learning he's doing the flushes. We make him sit on it before bath time. I have absolutely zero idea the proper way to do it. There's like a book on the counter that says like how to potty train in 7 days, and I'm like, no fucking way.
I thought you were about to say there's like a book next to his like little toilet, like for him to read.
Yeah, we got an iPad. We got an iPad there.
We got a newspaper.
They sell little miniature toilet paper roll.
Got the sports section out
Wipe
there
your butt,
for him.
little boy. Wipe your butt. It's like the
Listen,
size
it's
of
all-
the size of a business card.
It's all fun and games until they shit on the floor next to the fake toilet.
Well,
Yeah,
isn't that a
Is that a thing that happens?
Isn't that
Tiff's friend. Now I may be making this up, but I'm 95% sure that this happened.
Maybe making this up.
Tiff will talk shit if I'm making this up.
shocker?
But I'm 95% sure that her friend Julia, when she was potty training her kid, they had like the little fake toilet that you clean out and stuff in the living room, to be around when they're practicing, and he just
in the living room.
Yeah, that's strange.
just because that's where they all were, and he just shit on the floor.
Shout out Puglia.
Yo, shout out Puglia.
Shout out Puglia.
I can't wait till I see her again. When's the next part of your house? I'm gonna call her Puglia right to her face.
But yeah,
Puglia.
That's like
he
Get
is
that
potty-
rug.
he is
Where'd you get
potty
that rug?
trained
The
now.
toilet
That's-
store?
I think that is one of the things in potty training. They do say like I think they say like to like have the kid like walk around like naked, like no diaper on, because like they don't want to shit on the, and it's almost like a not like a shame thing, but they like when they don't
Shame.
like
Shame you.
Shame.
like when they have
Shame.
the diaper on, it's like a safety blanket of I can piss or shit wherever I want because it's gonna get caught in this diaper.
Yeah.
But when they don't have it on, they like oh I probably shouldn't poop right here because
I'm
it's
like
gonna
I'm
be on the
kind
floor.
of I'm kind of hoping that daycare helps us out here. Like I'm kind of hoping that like daycare
Do they do that? They train them on that? Do
to
yours?
poop at daycare. Kids don't just shit their pants at daycare forever.
Well, you know what?
No, I
Put your hands up, because it's time to talk daycare. Are you chugging that beer because it's a party sound?
yeah.
If
No, I get-
Abs hears the party siren, he has to chug the beer he's drinking.
Dude, let me tell you, the island of Coco Cay. I think it's been. When did we go on your bachelor party? October, November. October.
I think September, October. Yeah.
So it's been what? It's about 7 or 8 months since I've been on the island of Coco Cay. They remember me.
They remember.
And they
me.
miss me. And they want me back. Don't worry. I'll be back.
Daddy's
are you-
home.
Are you doing the free pool that's open to everybody, or are you doing the adult-only pool that costs money?
No, debt-free 2024. Free pool.
Free pool.
Nice.
He's gonna be.
You know what
he's
else
gonna
is
be
free in
beer
the free
sticking
pool?
next to 12-year-olds.
Those. No, we didn't. We were in the free pool, dude. I didn't have.
There
I
was
didn't see-
no paid pool when we went. It's a new thing.
I know, but I didn't see any kids in that section where we were at.
I know
Other
because
than
they
the-
were
remember the
afraid of
one-
all the people partying.
Oh, they're gonna be afraid of me. I'm a beer stick. Ain't nobody want to be around a beer stick.
Grab your apple juices, kids.
You said something's free.
The beers are free because
That's
I
true.
got the drink
Yeah,
package.
the beers are free. That's true.
So,
That's a good point.
what were we talking about?
Talk about poop.
Pooping. Poolia. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure daycare. I'm sure daycare like potty training, but I didn't know how much work they put in at school of the potty training, or it's like you.
I mean, if they're with them for 8 to 10 hours or whatever it is,
Yeah.
they got to do something to like make
Yeah,
sure they're not pooping their pants, right?
Do you have to like tell them like, hey, by the way, like we're starting potty training or anything like that? Like if you like gave them a heads up now that like you're about to start doing potty training, did they have like a?
Well, there's a certain class where they at some places you can't start that class until you are potty trained.
Yeah, let me be
Yes.
clear, guys. I have absolutely zero clue how I'm going to do this potty training. I've done no analysis
How long is it?
of how to do the potty
So
training.
after you read the book, you're going to be able
Should
to
ask
potty.
Carl Boom.
I need to.
Yeah, you should ask Carl Boom. So after you read this book, you're going to be able to potty train him in 7 days. How long is it going to take you
maybe
to read
I'm wrong.
the book?
Maybe I just
because
misread
that's
the title.
because they should change the title, because if the book takes you 12 days to read, and then 7 days to potty train him, it should be potty training your kid in 19 days.
If that book takes me more than 7 days to read, I have a learning disability.
How many pages is it?
Like 15.
Oh, I thought it was
It's
like
not
a book.
it's not a Harry Potter
That's a
novel.
pamphlet.
It's a book. What are we talking about? It's a book.
That's a pamphlet.
I don't know. Maybe it's not 15 pages, but it's not 150 pages. What do you think it is? A textbook? How many chapters do you need for poop in a bin? I mean, Jesus.
Step 1.
Poop there, pee
Step
there,
1.
done.
Drop trowel. Step 2. Sit on toilet.
Poop.
Step 3.
Poop. He knows the word poop now.
Step
like
4,
he understands
flush.
he understands what the word poop is. So if you tell him like you poop there, he's like, well, I don't like that, but like I think he understands those words.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So it's not like he doesn't know what we're saying. I think it'll be more like, this is weird, this is new, you know. I'm allowed to poop there, but I'm not allowed to poop over there. What's that all about?
Correct.
You let me poop there. Why can't I poop there? It's 3 feet away. Like to your point, poop on the ground. What you said? Don't poop in my pants. I didn't poop in my pants. Jeez, all these rules kill me.
Can't poop anywhere these
That's
days.
amazing.
Yeah. So that'll be an adventure. I'm thinking maybe not next episode, maybe the episode after. We'll give a little update on how successful potty training has been. Yeah, I got nothing
Oh,
else.
good luck. Can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
good luck.
we can get into that. There was another in the future episode I really wanted to get into was how you guys taught sign language, because
Daycare.
we're not.
It's that easy.
Yeah, that was a middle finger.
Oh, daycare. Daycare taught them.
Daycare, they do it. That's what they like constantly reinforce it. So daycare gave us all the signs that like, hey, these are all the ones that we're gonna teach them. And so we did them a little bit, but he didn't learn because of us.
Yeah.
He learned at daycare, and then one day he's like putting his fingers together, want more,
Mhm.
and it's like you're like, what the hell is that? I gotta go look it up, and I go, oh my god, he just gets just hungry, wants more food. Food?
Wow,
Yeah, yes,
I
thank you.
really didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We taught Kennedy at home. We did like it was basically like,
Is it like
You
do
know.
you give him treats? Is it like a dog?
well, it was like you'd go up and say like, do you want more? You do the little symbol, and then after you do that, give them
How
more
many
food.
how many
And
is she doing?
She'll do more. She'll do like milk.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. That's
So
pretty much the
all
only two
done
we
was
do.
a big one.
And she'll do like, fuck
because like
you.
all the
That's-
ones that we did, all the
That's
ones
the big 3.
all the ones we would do
Suck it,
during
Gil.
all the
Yeah,
ones we would
the
do
big 3.
during dinner. We do it during dinner a lot. So it'd be like, do you want more? Do you want milk? And all done, right?
Mhm.
Those are the big ones. And now he's like, he'll do cat, he'll do thank you, he'll do water, he'll do please, he'll do water's like
Yeah, with 3 fingers.
he just does one. He just goes.
You know where else? You know where else I
right
learned?
here, big dog.
Do you know-
Right there.
You know where I learned a lot of this sign language from? Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel,
So
man.
yeah, so I've
learned
heard
a
a
lot
lot.
from Miss Rachel.
I've heard a lot of people. One of Emily's friends actually said like, yeah, like Miss Rachel is where he learned the sign language.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she was like just watching Miss Rachel. Like they
She's
learn
pretty
to
good.
do like she teaches them like how to do different signs.
Yeah. Daycare has daycare has influenced Ivy pretty heavily. Obviously, he's there a lot. So it's like sign language. A lot of the songs that they listen to in daycare must be like the same one. So it's like when Bingo comes on or like Wheels on the Bus, he's like, yes, I know this song. Let's go. Like, let's rock out. Let's go. And then he dances, like, because they dance in class. So like every time a song comes on, you take me out to the ball game, 7th inning stretch. Kids bobbing and weaving. This kid's dancing,
Yeah.
dude. Let's go. Let's go. So there's been a lot of influence from daycare, and I kind of assume that potty training will be another big one that like they will help reinforce that
Yeah.
pretty good.
All right. Well, we're a good bit into this. So the last thing that I wanted to get into was we did put out another question of the week, which I did actually want to get into on the week this time. Start this becoming more of a
Makes
thing.
sense.
So let's get into it.
Would you like to answer a question right at this particular time? Would you like to do that?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question.
All right. So the Robo, what was the question of the week?
The question of the week was, what unique baby tool, toy, or etc. did you find that immediately made daily life easier?
Tool, toy, or etc.
Tool, toy, etc.
Okay, got it.
So do you guys want to say anything? Your number one answer off the top of the head before we get into these?
An electric bottle brush.
These
Just kidding.
things are baller, dude.
Just kidding. No, probably the sterilizer. That thing was pretty great as soon as we got that.
Remember, this is daily life, so
We
That's-
use that thing
yeah.
every fucking
Definitely
day, twice
daily.
a
Use
day.
that thing like
No,
3
it's
times
important.
a day. Dude.
I think the other thing that was really good was we got that, and I think Megan got it, and that's how we got the idea to get it. We got like a little Dr. Brown's like pitcher to like when Janie was pumping, could like dump it all in there, and then we could like instead of having
Pour
to
it
like
out.
bag every single pump Janie did,
Yeah.
we were able to like just keep a pitcher of breast milk to like make bottles on the fly like that. That was
We just
pretty
used a mason jar.
we did too.
Oh, well, maybe we got the idea of that, and then Janie bought that.
The
'cause, we weren't debt free then.
I'll say like a little bit older, like it's starting to become the iPad. It's like it's starting to be like
iPad kid.
the iPad
Wow.
is gonna absolutely be, and everybody says the same thing. My kid's not gonna use the iPad. I'm not gonna give any TV time. I'm gonna do. It's like, dude, you're eventually gonna realize that like, if you need 5 minutes to cook dinner,
We live in a technology
Yeah, it's
world.
the only,
Give
it's the
him
only
the
thing that's
iPad.
going to chill them out.
they're gonna do the. And it's like if Miss Rachel's on, they're learning something. So that one is slowly probably becoming the number one thing. But I'm curious to hear what the
We've been
audience.
trying. Speaking of iPad, like we're not like avoiding screen time with Kennedy. I think one of our biggest we haven't done an iPad. Like I don't give her like if she grabs my phone, I take it away. And she freaks out. It's pretty bad.
Oh, Ivy doesn't freak out that much.
But like
He
if
hasn't- he
Kennedy
hasn't had-
like if
hasn't had
Kennedy
freak out.
grabs my phone off the whatever armrest, and I go and she's walking around with it and I take it from her, like but I think she loves she associates the phone with like
Daddy's
seeing
toy.
with
FaceTime.
seeing Janie's parents, because she FaceTimes Janie's parents like every single day, and so I think she kind of associates that. So when I take it, she gets upset. But our biggest thing with like she gets screen time and she does all that thing, but the one thing we're trying to avoid is the, hey, I need you to shut up, take this. Like that kind of thing. I think I think why it's been so like we haven't gotten an iPad and we haven't done that is because I'm fearful that it will lead to that of like
For sure.
we're at dinner and you can't be now again she's 1 year old, I'm saying you're saying you can't be a civilized human being at the dinner table. Like, here's a fucking iPad. Like, we're not there yet, and so we're trying to avoid that. But
I think every parent wants to avoid it, and every parent just goes, "Just take my phone, please." It's like you might not have an iPad. You'll just have your phone and be like, "I have this device. If I just click this button, they will shut up."
Yeah.
And you're like, "I'm not gonna click the button." Like, you just click the button and they shut up.
Yeah, mine is definitely the sterilizer bags that we started using. Those things are unbelievable. I love those things so much.
Yeah, I think it's the sterilizer 100% because it's like it takes so much less time to like, especially because with two of them, like I'm cycling through bottles like crazy because like I said, I only have 8 bottles, I think, or 9 bottles. So it's like I'm constantly having to do dishes and wash them and clean them. So it's like having that sterilizer to just like push a button, let it do its thing, and then dry itself. Like that's been huge.
So let's hear what the answers.
Number one answer from the audience. The first one is the Baby Bjorn. It's actually from your wife.
Oh. I think.
Landon
what did my wife say on there?
Stacy's mom.
She didn't comment.
Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Stacy's mom, call me. Yeah, I'm not shocked by that.
Next answer, a lighter.
A what?
Yeah. All right. So that's from
what?
That's from Nikki's brother-in-law, Nick Miller, the guy we had on the podcast earlier.
I know who Nick Miller is.
Yeah. He well, I was saying that for the audience.
Okay, you were pointing right at me.
Yeah. So that was so that you could have some natural herbal remedy for your child anxiety.
Edibles.
Yeah.
Edibles arrangements.
Anytime I got to get rid of my anxiety, I grab my trusty Bierstick. Releases all anxiety in 7.1 seconds or less.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Next one, I can get behind this. The snoo.
Nope, I didn't ever get it to work.
You couldn't figure it out. Yeah. No, the snoo is with the way we had to use it, right? Like I had to use it because we had the reflux, we had sleeping issues, so it was like, dude,
how much does a snoo cost?
A lot.
Thousands of dollars.
They're like
nope.
they're like $3,000 if you buy it.
Holy shit.
And if you can rent, there's an option to rent them and there's an option to rent them, but it's like $400 a month to rent it.
That doesn't add up.
The one thing that we spent money on was the Mamaroo, which is like $400. We didn't spend money. It was one of our gifts on our registry, but
I had 2 of them. My kids hated it.
He liked it for a month.
Yeah.
And then
when they're in,
because you didn't rock your phone the right way.
When they're in the phase where they like sleep pretty much all day, that's when they like it. Yeah. And then once they're out of that sleep all day phase, like that's a useless thing.
A lot of this stuff that they sell for like the first 4 months is purely like impulse panic parents purchases.
Yeah.
Like no parent that's having a kid the second time is like running out to get a snoo. Maybe, but the odds are they're going to go, whatever I had last time, I'm going to make do with that minus about 30% of it because it was useless. I'm just going to make do with the rest of the stuff that was
We're going to get into the rest of them, but I will tell you the number one unique item that will make daily life better is other friends with children, because then you can go back and forth with the expensive shit that you all panic bought. And you don't have, it doesn't feel as bad when you're just giving it back and forth between people.
Right. And like we panic bought this podcast equipment.
Yes, we did.
Paid off.
Nice.
Good investment.
Good investment.
33 episodes in?
The next one says a zippity zip sleep sack. And it's not, hold on, let me finish the rest of the comment. It's not a baby item, but my fiance has these little funnel containers with a lid on each side for his pre-workout. They came in handy for pre-measuring bottles of formula.
I think that's
okay. So it's 2 different things. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what?
So
okay, so it's
Zippo lighters.
Zippity zip sleep sack.
First of all,
let's
get a nice piece of advice here. Zippers are 10 times better than buttons.
100%.
Although, have you guys ever done now? this wouldn't be a sleep sack. but
Buttons are annoying.
The
as hell.
onesies. You guys ever have any of those magnetic me ones?
Magnetic.
Yeah.
Magnetic is numero uno.
is number
That's
one.
the best one.
The magnetics with a
I haven't
bomb.
done a single
If
magnetic
you get
thing.
it, dude.
Oh, dude, I might have
Let me
some
s-
leftover.
let me see
like,
if I can
small
find
ones.
one.
I'll
If I
get
can
We
one.
find
did just buy bamboo onesies.
Yeah, well, they grow with them forever.
Ooh.
Kennedy's still wearing her bamboo onesies that was from when she was
He
like 6
sleeps
months old.
so
Wow.
much better in those bamboo onesies.
I don't know what a bamboo
I don't know
onesie
what that is
but
either.
Like you know the
It's
you know like the
it's like
really
a nicer
really
dry
good
fit
material
Yeah,
like
we have-
that's
we
made
have-
out of
we got
bamboo.
that.
Oh, they're so.
he looks like
thin.
like when I had like a black one, I think, and he looked like Mission Impossible, baby, like a
That's
black leotard. Magnets greater than zippers, greater than buttons.
Yeah, buttons are tough.
But
magnets are awesome.
sleep sacks, I agree.
The
You
buttons
know-
are tough. The buttons
you know-
are tough
you know
at
what I-
3 a.m.
You know,
You're like,
you know
"Fuck."
what, you know what I always ran into with the zipper things that really sucked was like, so now they make like the little PJs with the zippers. It's got 2 zippers on it.
Yeah.
So it's like easy access for the diaper and whatever.
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
those.
I would always run into a situation, and it's always at like 1, 2 in the morning, where it's like, all right, kid's up, let me change the diaper. So like you unzip it from the bottom, you take the diaper off, kid pees all over the fucking place.
Yes,
And then you gotta put,
and then you've
you
gotta zip it
you gotta
down
zip it
and then
back
zip it
up and
down
zip-
again.
Yeah, like there's no way to
Oh my
unhook the
God.
zipper.
Yeah, that's a good point. So when you're getting a sleep sack or anything really, if it doesn't have a double zipper, you need the bottom up zipper because when you're trying to clip the top one, it's
Yeah.
tough when they're trying to clip
Yeah.
the top one.
But
So-
no, I know exactly what you're talking about with the double zipper when they blow it out and you're like, oh, now I got to zip it down and then zip everything down.
Yeah, or like right when you're making that transition in diapers and they blow out the diaper and you don't realize it at first, and then it's like you unzip it and you open everything up and you're like, oh shit, it's all over
think
the
that's
then you have to put them back in the shitty outfit.
One of the worst parts about getting free stuff is that like nobody knows like what would be better than having like zippers over magnets and like you're like, oh, magnets are better than zippers. I'll honestly just prefer like having all the same thing instead of like 3 outfits are buttons and 2 outfits are zippers and this one zips up and this one zips down and then there's a magnet one because it's like very hard to like pick out
Yeah.
an outfit and like remember like this is the one
Yeah.
that does this is the one that does this. It's like I almost just want to have the same kinds of clothing to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm not having to like figure out a new system every time I want to dress my kid.
But the other one's interesting because she said because we have some of these like the pre-workout things that have the cap on the top for when you put the pre-workout in, and then the little cap on the bottom for the funnel is.
Okay.
And then you put it on top of a water bottle. I think that's what she's talking about. We have some of those, and she said for formula, for like pre-made formula bottles, like you just keep them in there, and then goes in the bottle. You're ready to go.
I always just, if I took formula on the go, I just like pre-measured the formula and then just got water wherever I was
Well,
at.
I was thinking
I had
about
a
that.
thing. I had a like a
Good.
like a snack holder thing. I had a thing like that for formula, and it had 4 compartments, and each compartment held up to 4 scoops, 8 ounces of formula or whatever it was, and the top had like a flip off lid, like a workout bottle, like you're talking about, and then the top also rotated, so you could spin it to be like, okay, I'm gonna pour this, and when I pour it, it only pours the one compartment. It was split into 4, so you could, if you only wanted to bring 1 bottle, but you wanted to bring 4 servings of formula, I would bring this and pack it 4 ways, and then pour it.
That's pretty
close
cool.
it, rotate it. Pour it. That thing was pretty cool too. Yeah, but I never really needed like we used formula for a little while.
But I was thinking about it because I'm gonna start getting into every feed's gonna be out of a bag. So that might be nice to help get it into the bottles.
you know what was really
They
frustrating?
pour out of the bag pretty easy.
no,
Yeah.
no.
I never had an
They
issue with
were
that.
always difficult to pour out of the bags for me.
Yeah,
I never had an issue with that.
They spill a
we
lot.
just tested our first bag because apparently some babies don't handle it well. Like they don't like the taste of the frozen milk. Like when it comes back out, we tested it today. It was fine, but I cut the top off and it took me a while. Like I was very slowly pouring it into
What do you
that.
mean cut the top
So
off?
just open it.
This is not a Ziploc
not a
bag.
Ziploc
You just
bag.
It
open
is, but I thought that would be harder.
Oh, I just opened it and poured
I
it.
just opened
Yeah.
it and
It was hard.
squeezed and poured it right in. Yeah, it was fine.
The other thing that happened towards the end was all of our bags like started leaking.
Ooh.
Ziplocs.
So like you were like defrosting them in water, and then you come back and they're like,
Don't
"Oh,
use
it's all
Ziplocs.
gone," and you're like, "Oh man." No, it was whatever the standard purple one was.
Oh, we did the
The
Medulla,
yellow
whatever.
the yellow
the-
medulla oblongatas. Those were good.
Yeah, that's the ones we used.
The purple bullshit ones were bad.
Nice.
What's else on
Nice. Next one is Baby Bouncer. So
Okay.
back to the Baby Bjorn, which there are multiple versions of it. So it's like just a baby bouncer in general, I guess.
Go with Swedish.
Yeah. And then the last one is Diaper Genie.
Oh, big time.
I don't know.
I
man.
mean,
Poop is
I have the one thing I will say is like we have it's not a diaper genie, but it's some kind of thing like that where it's like you step on it and then there's another lid that when I put the diaper in, it's like a little flap.
It's really nice.
Goes
It
through.
makes
you know,
nice.
it
You know
does.
what?
There are times, dude, that trash can fucking stinks.
my trash can
Yours
really
stinks to the
stinks.
States.
My trash can really stinks. When you open the thing up, it stinks. You close it, it stops stinking. Stinks for a little bit afterwards. But like, I don't know how much a diaper genie is like really changing that. I'm just not convinced that it's like infinitely better because it's like it's poop. If it's like if you want it to stop stinking, just take it out. Like, you can only have so much poop in a room before it's like gonna smell.
Correct. I think one other thing that wasn't mentioned on the Facebook responses was bladeless fan.
Yeah, so his wife actually said it on the Instagram.
Oh, really?
Instagram, bladeless fan.
That's a great, The bladeless fan
is
it's been so good going through like the teething phase.
It's not a daily user, but it's probably the best tool.
I use it daily right now because taking them on walks. It's summertime, so it's like
in the summer it's daily.
Yeah, so it's like every day we have the bladeless fan on them, and they love playing with it. And then because when you flip it on, it like vibrates back and forth, so like they stick it in their mouth. And like it helps calm them down like with the teething, and it's like it doesn't have blades on it, so it's not gonna hurt them. Like they can stick their hand right through it.
Yeah, Ivy played like when we went to Disney. It was like game changer. You had to have that.
Yeah, bladeless fan is.
Or you could keep the blades on to build character.
Bladeless fan definitely a must.
one of the things that I have considered adding. This is not something I've ever used yet, but after today's experience, I've thought about adding one. Kennedy has had blowouts in her car seat in the past, and they weren't like awful, but they were like, you could like wipe up the car seat, hit it with a wipe, and it's okay. You don't really have to like do much more than that. But the other day she had one that I had to like take all of the padding and stuff out of the car seat and like wash it, and I was like, first of all, it was a pain in the ass to take that.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Dude,
I don't think I've ever taken it
is
all
a
out.
pain, and we have the same car seat.
Yeah.
And it's actually easier than Janie's car seat. So I will say our car seat.
You don't have the same one as me?
Yeah, the rotate one.
Oh, we have the same exact one?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
The Graco turned to me.
No, that's the one that Megan has.
Oh,
mine's different.
You don't have that one?
But
whatever, I have that one.
Either way, they're
it
both impossible to pull
when
apart.
I took it apart, I was like, holy shit, it's like 6 pieces when you take it apart. It's not just like one thing. So, and then putting it, I went to go get my car to go pick up Kennedy from daycare today and realize the car seat's not put together. So I had to run back in the house, get all the pieces, do all that stuff. And it took me a long time to put it together. So I was thinking, I don't know if this is already a thing. I think it is. And I think maybe we've talked about it before. Like, don't they make some kind of like fitted sheet cover kind of thing for car seats?
We talked about that for restaurants.
I thought I know they make something like that like stretches out and goes in the shopping cart, right?
Yeah, but like also for restaurants in like the little dirty restaurant thing.
Do they make something like that goes in a car seat?
I don't know.
Because because then you go like
there's your retirement.
If you get like 2 or 3 of those and you go like, oh, blow out, rip that. Not to mention the amount of your kid eats in the car.
Oh yeah.
The amount of fucking Cheerios that were in that seat, dude. You flip that pad up that's underneath where his ass goes. I was finding things that was like, we don't even feed her these anymore. Like we hadn't fed her Puffs. Like we moved to Cheerios because Cheerios are the same thing as Puffs and way cheaper. And I was like, I flipped that thing up. I'm like, there's fucking Puffs in here. I haven't given her a Puff in 5 months. Dude, it was crazy the amount of food that just gets in there. So I do recommend flipping back those pads and vacuuming out every now and then. But I will look into like a fitted sheet cover because it's a pain in the ass to take those.
If they don't have it, that's your retirement.
I think an item that you just mentioned could be something that made your life easier is the rotating car seat. Because I don't have one yet, and we're still using like the car seats that came with the stroller setup and everything. Dude, I need to get rotating car seats.
The car seats that came with the stroller? Yeah, but those just like you put the baby in it already, right?
well, we leave them in the car now because we're not.
Because you don't use it.
Yeah, we're not using it on the stroller because those things are so hot.
Yeah.
So it's like
yeah.
trying to put them in the car, like all crooked sideways and stuff. Man, like
you've evolved.
Yeah.
If they have some neck strength, go to the.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to put a baby in a car seat that doesn't rotate. I don't like.
I told Em we like seriously need to start looking into buying those like immediately, if not sooner.
And those are really great because I think the one thing I looked into, I was like, look, I don't want to like. I'd rather pay, and this one was expensive. I think it was like $400 or $500, but like, it's gonna be the only car seat she has until she doesn't need a car seat anymore. It's like.
Yeah.
It's like up till she's 120 pounds. I'm like, she's not going to... If she's 120 pounds, she ain't sitting in a car
After
seat.
that, she gets a booster seat. It's like you go from that, and then the last thing is the booster seat, right?
120 pounds are in like
But
high
it's-
school.
But it's like, yeah, it goes... Well, it's like rear-facing, and then it goes forward-facing. And I think it might convert to a booster, too.
No, I don't.
I don't know if it does or
maybe,
not. But
that's usually the last step. But a lot of them you can get from infant, like all the way through, and then just shy of booster, which is like... Just use that, man.
Yeah, like that's what we were talking about was like we didn't want to spend the money right away and like go to the rotating car seat. We're like, we already have these, like let's just use them and blah blah. But like it's at the point now where like, dude, when we're like packing up to leave a baseball game, like the other day it started freaking raining on us and I'm like struggling trying to get the kid in the car. I'm like, oh my god, if this thing just turned towards me, I just boom, clip her in, gone.
Yeah. Rotates big. I gotta rotate mine maybe forward for Ivy here pretty soon. I gotta figure that out.
yeah, I have to Google and see what the rules are with that.
We'll get into that.
Enough.
Well, yeah. So that's coming up. We'll get into all the car seat phenomena going forward. But we've outstayed our welcome here. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Overstayed.
Yeah. Full-throated, overstayed our welcome.
We full-throated our welcome.
Yeah. So congratulations, Chucky.
Catch me on Only Dads.
Chucky
later.
boy.
Catch
Chuck, War Dam.
War Damn Eagle.
Damn Eagle. Anthony Edwards isn't definitely that dude.
Let's hope the Celtics won. Let's go. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
I got
all right. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next week.